Hi, I'm Tim,
And I'm Shuri.
and we've been missionaries in Guatemala for 15 years with our 6 children. We came here in 2002 to serve alongside some other missionaries, and as we started working in orphanages, serving kids that were there, God just broke our hearts and convicted us with a love and a passion to help these kids achieve their greatest potential. It's been an amazing journey. We've made mistakes along the way, we've learned things, we've faced incredible obstacles, we've been through armed robberies, attempted kidnappings. Yet at every step along the way, God has been there with us, leading, guiding us, and showing us how to serve those that He cares about. So we just want to take a minute here to share with you what our current programs are, what our accomplishments have been for this year, and where we see God going in 2018.
7 years ago, God brought us to serve in Colonia Santa Fe, one of the more dangerous slums of Guatemala City. Having worked in orphanages for years, we had seen that many of the children that ended up there actually had families, but were placed in orphanages for their care, for protection, because of abuse they'd suffered, because of negligence. So we came to the conclusion that what if we could work with these families within their communities to help heal the brokenness that was there? Perhaps we could keep them out of orphanages in the first place. Over the years, our programs have grown. What started with several children in a small school has grown to 60 kids last year and over 100 this year, with more on the waiting list. Children come in for 1.5 hours 3 times a week. They have a Bible class and prayer followed by computer classes. They start off learning how to type and are now learning graphics design, web development, and coding. Our hope is that by learning these skills, we can enable them to break the cycles of poverty that have been so prevalent for so many in this country. As always, spiritual formation is an important part of what we do. Through daily Bible classes, scripture memorization, and discipleship groups, these children are coming to a full and proper knowledge of who God is and what He expects from their life, based on a proper understanding of His Word. Two home groups from our local church committed to serving regularly with us this year and assisting us in outreaches, Bible clubs, and ministry to the children and parents. They have been a tremendous blessing, and it has had such an impact, both in their lives and in the lives of those they serve. It is so wonderful to see these two bodies of believers come together, both the members of our church and the people in the community where we serve, worshiping, singing, and glorifying God. One of the top tech companies in Guatemala helped refine our programs and taught an advanced computer course to our top students. Our kids now have a greater vision of what they can achieve in life and are receiving the foundation in IT to make it possible. This year we have been blessed to see Guatemala start to get heavily involved in the work that we do, both in teaching classes, tutoring our kids, and helping to raise support for our ministry. It is truly wonderful when people in the country that you are serving start to catch the vision for what you are trying to do and want to be a part of making it possible. This program that we are doing is having an incredible impact in the lives of the children and families that we are serving. However, we are currently limited by the space of our tiny classroom. We desperately need to rent a bigger facility so we can increase the time the kids spend with us from 1.5 hours 3 times a week to all afternoon. By hiring a second teacher, we can expand the time the children spend in Bible clubs, start math classes for kids who struggle in school, start cooking, robotics, and woodworking clubs for them so that they are inside our center learning instead of out on the streets exposed to drugs, gangs, and violence. This is not a hope or a dream that we have of something we want to do. This is something that is real. We have spent years refining our programs. We have built relationships within the community. We have a local church involved, and we are ready to expand. This is the next step of a proven ministry that is validated and works, but we need funding to grow it into what it needs to be. Our Skills for Life programs at the Orphanage Fund Niños continue to teach the students practical skills, give them opportunities to explore their interests, and help them develop their passions. In our workshops, students as young as 12 produce pens, bracelets, and crafts, which are sold at a substantial profit and for which they keep all the earnings. We place a special focus on Christian work ethic, the quality of their work, and learning business skills in everything we do. The students who participated in the engineering classes learned the design and manufacturing process necessary for the production of cutting boards, signs, crafts, and the 500 Christmas ornaments they made. They participated in the entrepreneurial process, had to invest their own money in the project, and work long hours in their free time to finish it. But they received a huge payoff at the end for their labors. This year, we made and sold over $2,500 worth of products, and 100% of this money has gone to them and will help them build their lives once they are of age. In our Culinary Arts classes, Cherie used the classes not just to teach cooking skills, but to demonstrate the real-life application of things they learn in school. By having them double or reduce the recipes, students were forced to think through the process of adding, multiplying, or dividing fractions. And like all our programs, it gives us an opportunity to build relationships with these kids, so we can speak into their lives. As students age out of the orphanage, we have found ourselves providing continuity and community by regularly staying in touch, texting, calling, and messaging them. Cherie takes time to talk, pray, provide counsel, meet them for lunch, invite them to our house, or give them a place to stay when needed. We regularly receive calls from youth who have left the orphanage and just need someone to pray for them, talk with them, or stay involved in their lives. This year, Tim took over running a daycare for children and adults with profound multiple learning disabilities. Our caretakers and therapists work tirelessly to love each and every one of them with the love of God, seeing them as people made in God's image and worthy of the same respect and dignity as each one of us. We have been blessed to have volunteers, both from our local church and from the U.S., come and serve alongside us.
So that's just a little bit about where we come from, what we're doing, and where we're headed. We're really excited about where God has taken these ministries, and we want to invite you to come alongside us and partner with us in the work that He is doing here in Guatemala. It's really exciting to see lives getting changed. It's exciting to see the church serving alongside with us in ministry to the orphaned, to the vulnerable, to the disabled, to work in at-risk communities, and to see lives powerfully transformed through the gospel. So we want to invite you to be a part of this work that God is doing.
Thank you so much. We look forward to hearing from you.